you've set the stage for this debate. You've made some direct accusations against Swapan Das Gupta. You're saying this is the victory of autocratic forces. Narendra Modi bulldozing his way past the organization. Swapan, you must respond before I go across to Subramanian Swamy and Keshav Rao.
Yeah, since Kumar Ketkar has used Marxist analogy, I will reply to him in Marxist analogy, in Marxist language. You see, there is one view of the party as a vanguard, of them being the people who are the most advanced section, and they take decisions on behalf of the class. And today what we have are two alternative models of one, the vanguard role, where the sun plays the role of the nucleus, and another that of the mass party. The reasons why Narendra Modi has been propelled to this exceptional situations is not because of autocratic methods. It's because of the popularity, the groundswell of popularity which he enjoys amongst the people who are committed to the BJP, who want to see a strong alternative to the Congress, and who are exasperated by the sense of drift which is happening within the BJP. So it's really the vanguard versus the mass party, two alternative models which have been played out. And I'm just going to say that it's wrong. I mean, it's to my mind, it's preposterous to use Stalinism. In other words, to suggest that Narendra Modi is the Stalin and Mr. Nitin Gadkari, who is also to some very large extent a nominated president, he can be taken as the role of the great exemplar of democracy.
I want to go across to Subramanian Swamy and what this means for the NDA and what the NDA makes of this, Dr. Swamy, because Narendra Modi is not necessarily the biggest ally magnet. The concern so far has been that he might repel some of your allies. But really, today is a very important day because so far, Jaitley, Sushma, Gadkari, Modi, they were all at the same level. Today, Modi has gone one step above everybody else.
Well, first of all, let me say that the BJP is the biggest and dominant section of the NDA, and therefore the health of the BJP is vital for the success of the NDA. And with the midterm poll possibility looming large, I think it was about time that the BJP developed a certain amount of cohesion and consolidation in its leadership. And it's to say that Modi showed the RSS the way. Modi was a pracharak. In fact, I first met him in 1972 when he was working as a pracharak for the Vidyarthi Parishad. And so to say that he is different from RSS is not correct. Now, question was, there was a dispute, and the question had to be resolved because we can't, the NDA can't go with this dominant partner in a disarray or subject to media speculation that is no more a party with a difference but a party with differences. These differences now have to be ironed out and the collective leadership has to be worked out, and I think that what happened was the correct thing. This
no longer though, Dr. Swamy, is about collective leadership. This is about Modi's way or the highway. I want to bring in Meenakshi Lekhi. Yes. She's joining us as well. Ms. Lekhi, the fact is, Narendra Modi so far was sulking. Gadkari says that doesn't matter. Today, Modi is shown who's boss.
Well, you see, yes, sure, it shows a certain elasticity.
Sorry, I'm not getting your voice.
And so far, Modi is... well, I don't know. I mean, for you, it must be a disappointment that the BJP has resolved the problem. But I think the fact of the matter is that this is something which is not such a big problem that it can't be resolved by somebody's wishes being acceded to. And it doesn't mean that Mr. Joshi is out of the party or is banished forever. These things can work out. Maybe Modi and Joshi might become friends later on. But I think at this critical juncture, these differences which are not fundamental on policy questions should be resolved, and this is the best way to resolve.
Modi and Joshi are not becoming friends anytime soon. I want to bring in a Congress perspective. Keshav Rao, what does the Congress make of this? Because Narendra Modi becoming president or asserting himself in this fashion by becoming the sole leader of the BJP is good news from a Congress perspective, because your party will hope that he'll polarize the next election and get people who hate Modi to vote for you even if they're fed up with your government?
Well, look, there are two things. The personalities, ideologies and the party history. Now personalities, today it is Sanjay Joshi versus him, Kataria versus Vasundhara, then your Sattar versus Sadanand versus your Chief Minister Yediyurappa. So they will sort it out. So Mr. Modi is doing no favor to his party or to the nation by joining his own national executive. Now that itself shows, as just now as Sapan was saying, it is not reminding me of the Stalinist days, but certainly predated the Jagir days, where personalities matter. The big man in the village, when he walks, everybody looks to him, whether they follow him or not, another matter. Now look, but taking it seriously, today what ails BJP is not my business. It is for the BJP to sort out their problems. But what, according to the perception, general perception is, they lack some kind of a ideological moral ground. What exactly does it mean? Now, Hindutva, if it is only based on religion, it was not liked at one point. I am not trying to today come out with polemics and say what is secularism. But today Modi in the seat, in the center stage, will not be able to attract the regional allies which become necessary for NDA. This is for India to look. It is for BJP to see. Because he belongs to that extremist group like Shiv Sena or the militant Hindutva votes which might go. As Subramanian Swamy rightly says, we can't say he is an anti-RSS. But nonetheless, one fact has come out. He might be an RSS fan, but one fact is, today everybody thought the BJP has a lot of influence of RSS and Parivar. Today's presence of Mr. Modi at Bombay, against the background of all our own apprehensions or doubts that he would not agree, shows that that influence is not as much as people have been thinking. But how far it will be maintained, as Swamy says, they will consolidate the differences will sort it out, is for them to look. But what would happen to ideology? What would happen to the programs? Will they become conservatives, like the British conservatives, the middle class coming up? What kind of vote banks they would like to create?
Those are larger issues before the BJP, but today we've seen personality triumph over Parivar. You know, so far Meenakshi Lekhi, the BJP always said that we're a party about the Parivar, it's not about one personality, it's not about one individual. Today in the manner in which Modi has bulldozed his way, you know, it's really shown that personality has triumphed over Parivar.
No, I don't agree with you. I think the decision making in BJP is very, very collective, and there are cohesive forces rather than divisional forces which are working. The fact every leader has shared the stage, the fact everyone has come together, I think is not going very well with the BJP baiters, and that's why all these stories are getting cooked up. I think if there were any problems, internal issues left, everyone has decided to put them aside for 2013 and 14, and that's what people are afraid of.
No, but Kumar Ketkar, is the BJP now admitting in some senses that its future actually lies with Modi? That this is all well and good because Nitin Gadkari's presidency, even before he gets a second term, has been reduced to a lame duck presidency. You know, he's being bullied by every regional satrap. He's on the hot seat, but there's not much power that he can exert.
There are 2 points in this. Firstly, Modi does not have the so-called groundswell of support across the country. He has support only and only in Gujarat, and that everybody has to admit. But he does not have support in UP, he does not have support in Bihar, he does not have support even in Maharashtra, where Shiv Sena, which is his ally, so-called ally. But actually Raj Thackeray, MNS party, attended the function, which was Sadhana function at Narendra Modi's Gujarat. So there is nothing like groundswell support, national groundswell support for Modi. It's only in Gujarat where his autocracy prevails. And the second point is, by making the president of the party as virtually a second fiddle, you have created, or the BJP has created, a sort of extra constitutional authority within the party. Now, Narendra Modi will dictate terms to Nitin Gadkari, and Nitin Gadkari as a president will implement the diktats of Narendra Modi. As a result, it will not be so-called collective, cohesive, all-representative, democratic body. but it will be a body where the president of the party, nominated, elected, whatever he is, but he is the president of the party, he will be playing second fiddle to Narendra Modi, who will call the shots across the party, and they think that Narendra Modi being there, they will be able to win 2014 elections and he will become a prime ministerial candidate. I think that is completely out of chance, and there is virtually no possibility of Narendra Modi becoming prime minister, because within his party, notwithstanding Sanjay Joshi's resignation, within party there is tremendous opposition to Narendra Modi, and they all privately voice that dissent inside and privately, but not publicly.
The BJP loves saying about our Prime Minister that he's in office but not in power. Can that not also be said about the BJP President now? Nitin Gadkari poised for a second term, but the manner in which he's being bullied by our regional leaders, Meenakshi Lekhi, would make it apparent to the entire nation that he's not really the man in charge.
I think it's a wrong interpretation, since he is the man who has been able to bring opposite forces on the table. He is the man of the future, and that is why he has been given the second term. And second term, he just takes over and he has made a huge change, which is not going very well with the BJP baiters, and that is for everyone to see. So I think as a president, he's done a good job of putting everyone together on the same table. And all the leaders are seeing only 2013 and 2014, and which is a great thing.
Well, let's look at some of the facts, whether it's NRI businessman Anshuman Mishra's Rajya Sabha nomination, whether it is, the people that he hires or brings on board to do all the poll surveys for him, whether it is what's happening with Yediyurappa, whether it is what's happening with Modi. It's very clear that no one listens to him in the party. He's the president in name only.
No, I'm sorry. No, I think you are making a very unfavorable comments, that in spite of whatever has happened in Anshuman Mishra's case, in spite of whatever has happened in Karnataka, the party is still together. There has not been a split. Everyone is seeing him as the president. Everyone is there to see what he has to serve on the table for everyone, and he in fact is the person who has brought Mr. Modi also on the same dais as everybody else. I think that's a huge result, and that is why a lot of people are uncomfortable and are spreading these kind of rumors about him.
Kumar Ketkar, they're saying it's BJP baiters who don't like the fact that Modi and Gadkari will now work together, who are worked up. They want you to believe that Gadkari is in charge and that he's the best person to be president for the next 2 years.
There's nothing like BJP betting in this. Even in Maharashtra, forget Karnataka, Gujarat and Delhi and UP and Bihar, even in Maharashtra, Gadkari cannot bring Gopinath Munde on the common platform in actual terms. And where is the question of bringing him all the so-called diverse forces on the BJP platform? I think Gadkari will be proved and he will be shown to be incapable president, a lame duck president, a man with a second fiddle playing to Narendra Modi or Yediyurappa, whoever is powerful in that respective region, and that is going to be the fate of the BJP, and it cannot, with this kind of situation, it cannot expand the NDA. In fact, it will set alarms across the country, including in Jayalalitha scam and also in Nitish Kumar scam, as well as in UP. So BJP is actually not integrating NDA, but actually disintegrating the NDA.
Shwapan Das Gupta, he's sitting on the hot seat, but he's not in charge. None of the party leaders seem to be listening to him. From Yediyurappa to Vasundhara Raje to Modi, each one doing his own thing, holding Modi to ransom, and each time Nitin Gadkari is the one who has to back off.
Yeah, see, Rahul, the point is that the BJP is no longer the classic centralized outfit it used to be. Today what we have is in the BJP is a very federal outfit, which you have very strong, very powerful state leaders, and without the center being able to give a corresponding value addition to the states because of the absence of a Bajpai or an Advani of yore there in that. So we have the situation where the president really exists not as the big face, but as the coordinating manager of an increasingly federal outfit. Now I think what Narendra Modi's increasing prominence in national affairs, I'll leave it at that for the moment. I don't think we can talk about him being the prime ministerial candidate as yet, because I think that's a bit premature. But certainly his increased role activity in national affairs would at least galvanize, as far as the BJP is concerned, its demoralized forces who think that the party is actually strong, the party has opportunities, but is not being able to take full advantage of it. And to that extent, if the centre is bolstered by the entry of some state leaders into the ranks of decision making, I think overall that's a very good
Subramanian Swamy, do you see that happen as well? BJP. Can Narendra Modi inject energy, hope and optimism into the BJP cadre, which seems rather disillusioned? They see the sense of drift. Do you think Modi can change that?
Well, you see, first of all, let me make a point which has been repeatedly coming, that nobody listens to Gadkari. That's not true, because who's keeping the scorecard? There are many things that he has done which, but for him, couldn't have been done. I myself am in the National Democratic Alliance today because Mr. Gadkari was assertive that I should be brought in because of my campaign against corruption. So there are many other such examples where Mr. Gadkari has taken a stand. Here he has yielded. There you should appreciate his elasticity and not instead say that nobody listens to him. Secondly, as far as Narendra Modi is concerned, we have a essential problem of what projection will be in the next election. And there's an identity question. We can't be another Congress party saying being all things to all people. There has to be some cutting edge, and Narendra Modi brings that cutting edge. Now whether that ends up with his being selected as the leader who will lead the election, all I can't say, because I'm not in the BJP. But I would say this, that Mr. Narendra Modi does give a certain cutting edge and it enthuses the workers, and therefore his being brought into a focus is a very good thing for the NDA.
Keshav Rao, is the Congress concerned that the BJP will be more cohesive, will move with greater purpose, Mr. Rao? If Narendra Modi were to be in charge, that he could revive the party's cadre, boost their morale, give the party the impetus as it heads into 2014?
Rahul, I would rather go with Kumar Khelkar. What he does as far as the political parties are concerned, how he would go to attract them, I have already told you, because it all depends on the hard and the soft lines that the party has been taking ideologically. So Narendra Modi belongs to the other extreme side. It's another matter because he has a personality, as we have earlier said. But let me tell you, the self-Modi campaign that you are now trying to promote has nothing to do with the Gujarat development. Because I would explain only three facts. Today what the Indian businessman faced with this kind of a slowdown and insecurity and uncertainty are looking for some authoritarian regime like Modi, where they will be favored with some kind of a day-20 partisan what you call bailouts or basically pro-business policies. Number two, they will have Modi Tata Nano model of government business solutions. Because you know what Tata said, in 2 days I got my nano cleared. If a project of nano size can get in 2 days, now what it means you can better understand. Because today the subsidies that Modi has been offering to these businessmen, particularly let us look at the case of nano, is 60% of the price of the car. The third, look at this degeneration with the Indian business culture. They are looking for the political connections, which easily Modi will be able to give you. So this is one aspect where Modi is favored by one section of the Indian society, that is the corporate sector. As far as the people are concerned, they go with the ideology of BJP. There are no takers at all. That is Hindutva of earlier days. The days of Vajpayee and Advani is nearly over. They are looking for the next generation. Next generation is not looking to Rathayatras. Next generation is not looking to your Hindutva models. What they are looking for, the economic models. So it has to look for rebrand itself. BJP needs to rebrand itself, looking for non-religious agendas, economic agenda to go about, because the middle class is emerging, is increasing, so they can have some kind of an appeal, but that requires totally a different kind of BJP slogan mongering. So the Modi plan which you are thinking is only it suits that particular corporate sector, which, as I told you, in three
But
points.
what does one make of what we've seen with Narendra Modi over the past few months? I want to put that question first to Meenakshi Lekhi. With him, it's either his way or the highway. You know, you either fall in line, listen to what Narendra Modi says, or you're out of the scenario completely. You know, is that a concern that he'll run it, as Kumar Ketkar said, in a Stalinist dictatorship fashion?
I think Mr. Ketkar will go very well while defining his own party's philosophy, which runs on these Marxist principles rather than democratic principles. Modi is a democratically elected leader of a state in this country. BJP is the most democratic party of all, where term of president is also decided by a constitution, unlike the Congress, where a chairperson can continue till eternity or a family has to carry on till a replacement from the family comes. And amongst Marxists, Mr. Prakash can continue as long as he wishes to. So under these circumstances, I think he better not discuss the democratic setup of the BJP. And so far as BJP is concerned, it's a very, very democratic party where everybody has come up the place through democratic means, and Narendra Modi has proved time and again that what the people of country are suffering, Gujarat has seen a way out of those problems because of the economic growth model, because the poverty can be tackled, because electricity can be supplied, water can be supplied, roads can be built, and infrastructure can be maintained. If a state can do it, so can the country, and I think it's time the country takes a call on these issues.
But Swapan Dasgupta, Narendra Modi has shown he can go to any extent to have his way. He can hold a gun to the president's head. There are reports that he threatened to resign from the National Executive if Sanjay Joshi came.
Any gun. I don't
Here's
think
a man who's prepared to go to any extent to have his way. With him it will always be either his way or the highway. Meenakshi Lekhi has spoken. I want to listen to Swapan Dasgupta.
Who's going to be the governor, who's going to be the chaprasi is all decided by 10 Janpath. That is not the way in which BJP functions.
Swapan.
Sorry Rahul, I didn't get your question.
The question is, with Narendra Modi it will always be his way or the highway. He's prepared, he's shown very clearly to go to any extent to get his way done. You know, it has to be his way, it can be no other way. He's prepared to sulk, not listen to anyone, defy his party president to have his way.
No. You see, to say that Narendra Modi does not listen to anyone is an absolute hideous caricature of the man. He's a man who listens to people, who takes a lot of opinions on board, but at the end of the day is also blessed with a certain decisiveness when he decides on a particular course of action. And he is, and as far as his administration is concerned, what he has shown is that his ability to get over various obstacles which have bogged down other administrators in different states. So there is that element of certitude which is there. And today in an India which is really replete with a sense of drift, I think this is a characteristic which a lot of people will find.
But Swapan, whom does he listen to? There are so many senior leaders in the BJP who urged him to come to the National Executive now and the last one. He didn't listen to any of them. He continued sulking till the time he forced the RSS to listen to his way and to get Sanjay Joshi out. He's not listening to anyone.
Look, Rahul, the fact that the entire Sanjay Joshi controversy has been debated ad nauseum in the inner councils of the BJP for a long time. And let me tell you this, that among the names you mentioned were people who very, very strongly felt that on this issue, Narendra Bhai deserves our full support. Because if for some reason or the other he feels so strongly about it, it is to be accommodated. Remember, Atal Bihari Vajpayee also felt very strongly about Govindacharya. Atal Bihari Vajpayee felt very strongly about Nanaji Deshmukh. I think though then you didn't have to say that Atal Bihari Vajpayee was a Stalinist, that he was an autocrat. That was never said.
Okay, let Kumar Ketkar respond to that.
Keep it in perspective.
You have to look at it in perspective between Sanjay Joshi and Modi. If the party and the president had to choose, they would choose Modi. There is no question about that. Kumar Ketkar respond to Swapan.
Well, actually, Vajpayee did not participate in Rath Yatra. Vajpayee did not hype the campaign of Hindutva. Vajpayee called Narendra Modi not having Rajadharma. Vajpayee in fact indicated that Narendra Modi should resign. I don't think Vajpayee should be equated anywhere with the construct of the BJP that has come to be believed by the people. And RSS itself is a non-democratic body which decides who should be the BJP president. BJP is supposed to be a democratic body. So talking of democracy, which Meenakshi Lekhi does, I think it is absurd, for RSS itself is a non-democratic body and now it is imposing its will, and that will is further governed by another autocratic person. For instance, do you know any single other name that Narendra Modi of a minister in Gujarat? Nobody knows, because all the ministries, all the administrative decisions, all the so-called decisiveness is handled only by one person. We don't know any other minister. No other minister gives interviews, and every other minister.
There are 24 hours in a day. Nobody can function like that. He has a very strong administrative team, and he has a very devoted set of.
He has administrative, but there is no other minister.
I don't think
there is no other minister. There is no other minister having a voice.
Single-handed decision.
There is no minister having a voice in Gujarat, and that you can hear. You go to Gujarat and talk to the
you are not a minister,
and you will come to know. You will come to know as journalists. I don't belong to any party, so don't attribute any party motive to me. I have been to Gujarat as a journalist, and people don't belong to party, BJP tell us that Narendra Modi does not take anybody in confidence while taking his decisions, and the so-called decisiveness.
Have you tried to offer any help to him?
I have talked to the BJP persons inside
will not even be an admitted evidence. I think you can go on cooking up facts as you like.
Fortunately for me, I am a journalist, and many people inside the BJP confide in me about what they actually experience in the BJP, which you will not, because you are part of the BJP.
I want to bring in Subramanian Swamy on the last issue that we'll be debating on this show. Meenakshi, you want to just respond to what Kumar Ketkar said, then I want to just shift our attention to the larger debate.
You see, my point is, all that he's saying is speaking not from his personal experience but hearsay, and has no bearing. The fact Gujarat has progressed, the way whatever is the decision making is less faulty than what is happening in the center. The whole world has seen how the present government in the center is operating. Compare that with the way Gujarat government has functioned. Whether one person is making that decision or 20 people are making that decision, those decisions are working very well for that state. Unlike the Congress-run states, unlike the other states. So in
India was done very well even during the time of the emergency, Meenakshi. Things functioned very effectively and efficiently at the time of the emergency. That's not what we are looking at.
Efficiency of the administration, efficiency the way governance needs to be done. There are no scams, there are no QGs, and there are no coal scams. So under the circumstances, people of this country deserve far better than what they have been getting.
I have one final question to all our guests before I wrap up this debate this evening. I want to go across first to Subramanian Swamy.
So good for BJP.
Meenakshi, you had your say. I want to go across to Dr. Subramanian Swamy. Can Narendra Modi ever run a coalition? A man who's very clearly demonstrated within it's always his way or the highway. Can he ever take together different forces? You know, God forbid if he ever has someone like a Jayalalitha or a Mamta Banerjee on his side whom he has to take along with him. Do you really think this man has the potential to be able to do so? Dr. Swamy?
We've seen he shares a very close relationship with Jayalalitha and Mamta.
Well,
Dr. Swamy.
I've known Modi since 1972. And I've known Modi since 1972, and I know that when he thinks that the other side is not personally biased against him, he is very, very accommodative. And I'm pretty sure that if he is given the leadership, he will make a magnificent success of it. He has been demonized in a way which shocks me. After all, look at what has happened in Hashimpura and Meerut, which I have taken up 25 years ago. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the Sikh killings. And this Gujarat thing has been put on him to make him look like an ogre. He is nothing like that. if he gets an
Overblown.
opportunity, which the BJP has to decide, I'm not in the BJP, he will not.
Keshav
He
Rao,
will be then.
can
he'll
Modi
be
run a coalition
absolutely a
government? Can he
person
take
who
forces who
doesn't
don't
stand for
necessarily have the
nonsense, who
same
doesn't
view as
stand for
him?
nonsense.
Can he take